पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
हरि शरणं 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 हरि अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे नंदलाल सावरिया मेरे हो अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे नंदलाल सावरिया मेरे हो अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे गोपाल सावरिया मेरे अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे गोपाल सावरिया मेरे
अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे गोपाल सावरिया मेरे
अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे गोपाल सावरिया मेरे
मेरे राधा रमण गिरिधारी
मेरे राधा रमण गिरधारी
ओ मेरे राधा रमण गिरिधारी
मेरे राधा रमण गिरधारी
गिरिधारी श्याम बनवारी ओ
गिरधारी श्याम बनवारी
ओ गिरिधारी श्याम बनवारी ओ
गिरधारी श्याम बनवारी अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे नंदलाल सावरिया मेरे हो अब कोई न सहारा बिनु तेरे नंदलाल सावरिया मेरे
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे के सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, आपन तेज समारो आपै। तीनों लोक हाकते कापै, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै। महावीर जब नाम सुनावै, नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा। जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै। मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा। जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै। सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै, चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा। है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे। असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता। असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा। सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै। जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै, अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई। जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई, और देवता चित्तन धरई। हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई, संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा। जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई। छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई, जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा। होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा। की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा, पवन तनय संकट हरन। मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित। हृदय बसहु सुर भूप, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा।
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna to everyone. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Bowing down to all our gurus and Swami Govindadev Giriji Maharaj before the start of the program. A warm welcome to all the sadhakas who have completed 4 chapters and have joined us for the interpretation session of chapter 17, Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, second and the last session. We all are really blessed to be associated with Gita Pariwar. Prayer is considered to be an integral part of our culture, and it's an expression of our devotion. And today, Smriti Rekhaji from Bhubaneswar, Odisha, who is a homemaker interested in cooking and painting, is going to recite today's prayer. Didi is BCom, MBA, and joined Gita Parivar in February 2023. Didi is a trainer, pracharak, and tech assistant. Let's invoke the blessings of Lord Krishna. Didi, please.
Jai Shri Krishna. Vasudevasutam devam Kaushachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण to all.
Thank you, Didi, for that melodious prayer. Now it's time for Deepa Prajwalan. Shubham Karoti Kalyanam, Arogyam Dhana Sampada, Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya, Deepa Jyotir Namostuti. That means I bow down to the light of the Lamb, which brings wellness, health, and prosperity and destroys enemies and bad thoughts. I bow down again and again to the light. May I request Anjali Deshmukhji from Chembur, Mumbai to do the honors. Didi is a retired banker who took BRS. Didi loves to travel and learn new things and explore new avenues. She's a postgraduate and giving tech seva and joined Geeta Pariwar in March 2024. Didi, please.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you for a beautiful and devotional Deepa Prajwalan. I would like to inform all the participants that you may ask questions once the session is over. Today at 8:30, Geeta Sevi program is there. Please do watch to know what all sevas you can do according to your capabilities and priorities and availability of time. Another good news is 33rd L1 session is starting from 7th June and another option of time at 4 a.m. Brahma Muhurta is starting. Kindly spread the message among your near and dear ones. Now it's time for the most anticipated part of this session. Our speaker for the day is Vikas Vaidya ji from Pune. Vikas ji is a mechanical engineer and has done PGDBM also. He owns a small IT firm. He is a multilinguistic with knowledge of Hindi, Marathi, English, Indonesian, Malaysian, and Spanish. He has been reciting all 18 chapters of Gita daily for the last 5 years. Bhaiya is a trainer for L1 to L4 and trainer's trainer for all levels. He is also involved in teaching and vivechan of Vishnu Sahasranamam. Vikas ji also gives guidance to Gita Vratis to prepare for Shringeri Gita exam. Bhaiya himself has received first prize at the hands of Param Pujya Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, and many of our sadhakas have successfully completed Shringeri Gita exam under Bhaiya's able guidance. Over to you, Vikas ji.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण टू ऑल. पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन. We have started discussing Adhyay 17, Shraddha Traya Vigbhava Yog. Last session we discussed Shlok number 1 to 12. Also to give a quick review of what is the contents of this Adhyay. What contents we are going to discuss in this Adhyay. So summary of this. And in last session, we discussed about Ahar, the eating, which is of three types, Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. And then we could discuss yajna also of two types, that is Sattvic yajna and Rajasic yajna. Now what is Tamasic yajna? Let us start from sloka number 13 from today. So today we start from sloka number 13. Vidhihinam mantrahinam dakshinam Shraddha virahitam yajnam tamasam parichakshate. So this sloka describes the Tamasic yajna. Vidhihina, without guidance, without stipulations from the scriptures. Vidhihinam, no vidhi to be followed. No vidhi is followed in this. Asurushtannam, without distribution of anna, that is without distribution of food, prasadam. Mantrahinam, without chanting of Vedic mantras. Then what is the meaning? No vidhi to be followed, no anna to be distributed, and no mantras are to be chanted. So this is the funny part of Tamasic yajna. Adakshinam, on the top of it, adakshinam, without giving the dakshina. The remuneration to the Guruji that we give is called dakshina. Shraddha virahitam, without shraddha. Yajnam tamasam parichakshate. So this kind of yajna, which neither has vidhi, nor food distribution, no mantra chanting, no dakshina giving, and no shraddha, is called Tamasic yajna. So yajnas performed contrary to Vedic scriptures, without charitable distribution of food, bereft of mantra recitation, without offering any dakshina, and devoid of faith, shraddha. Such yajnas are called tamasic in nature. Now, dakshina does not mean only payment of fee, but rather it is a token of gratitude that we are thankful to you, Panditji. You have helped us to complete this systematically, procedurally. But we see normally in life that people keep haggling with the Panditji for that dakshina amount, trying to get him to reduce that amount of dakshina. One such Pandit had been promised a dakshina of 2,000 rupees for performing the marriage in some family. But at the time of wedding ceremony, the host went back on his words and handed over only half of the amount to Panditji. So this kind of negotiation also happens in giving the dakshina to Panditji. Now Panditji was little upset that whatever was agreed, and now this fellow says, I will give only half of it. So he said, okay, in that case, I will chant such mantras that the marriage will not last for more than a week. So these days, the bride and the groom often are in a rush to get through the ceremony somehow, quickly. The Panditji is told to fast forward all the procedure, chanting of mantras and all processes to be fast forwarded. And the Panditjis are also sometimes happy, more than happy to do this, because most of them are interested in their dakshina, isn't it? And one Pandit was saying that even all the shortcuts in mantra chanting followed these days based on the insistence of both the families, it is little wonder that the most of the marriages are turning out to be equally short-lived. The cases of divorce have increased in recent time, and according to that Panditji, this is the reason that you ask us to fast forward to quickly finish it up somehow. So the marriage is also short-lived. Mantra recitation in yajna is a very important aspect, because the sound vibrations produced by chanting, they linger in the air. They don't get destroyed. And the sound energy has a very deep effect on our body and mind. This has been proved with a number of researches. And the sound energy has a deep effect on your mind and body. So when this happens, when this is known so well, the scientific experiments conducted on the brains of advanced spiritual gurus, spiritual practitioners, have shown the occurrence of some special delta waves under the influence of vibrations produced by chanting of Om. Om has a great significance. We'll discuss that Om significance in the next few shlokas. One heart specialist in Maharashtra, he had said that chanting of Vitthala, 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 Vitthala is good for heart patients. It sometimes helps in recovery of heart. So this is the magic of chanting, vibrations. What's more, the brain mapping revealed the activation of even those parts of our cerebral cortex which are ordinarily dormant in most of the cases, in most of the people. Now, if there is a beneficial effect produced by sounds like Om or Vitthala Vitthala, then analogically, it means that the negative effects are produced by usage of harsh or abusive words. If Om or Vitthal can produce good effects, that means the harsh, bad, ugly words will produce the negative effect. This is the corollary of that. That is why it is said that one should never use abusive, foul, cruel, scathing words, as it will lead to creation of negative energy, which will have an adverse effect on your body and mind. See, there are around 80,000 odd mantras in the Vedic, in the Vedas. In the Vedas means in the Vedic yajnas that are performed. And they have their own significance. They are not pointless. They have their own significance. There is a sound scientific reasoning behind the recitation of all these mantras. However, the Pandits who recite these mantras are sometimes, or most of the times I would say, clueless about their scientific importance. And thus they just rush through the mantras speedily and wrap up with the yajna hastily, without any knowledge of the sentiments behind chanting those mantras. Thus the host is also unaware of the right way to perform yajnas, and so are the Pandits. And this is what the Kali Yuga is. The host does not know what mantras are to be chanted. The Pandits also don't know how they are to be chanted. So people blindly perform rituals without understanding why and how and when to perform them. Moreover, they carry out the rituals either as a blind following of some family traditions or out of some fear. If I don't perform this, I may suffer something. Or prompted by some desire, kamana, for gaining some result, reward, fruits. And such people, they leave everything to the discretion of Pandit. They say, Panditji, we will get you whatever material you want. You tell us how much amount we have to pay. We pay you 2,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees. You bring all the material. We don't understand anything. We will not bring any material. You bring all the material. You take care of the rest. We pay you. That's all. This is the attitude of our people these days towards yajnas. And the Pandit is more than happy to scramble through the proceedings of yajna, rushing through the mantras at a breakneck speed. If you listen to the mantra chanting of Panditjis in any yajna, you cannot catch a single word. They run so fast, so speedily they chant the words that you cannot make out what he is saying. Moreover, there are some Pandits who utter wrong mantras or mispronounce them. But the hosts are clueless about it. They are unaware and go on listening to them with blank face because they don't understand. I have attended some marriages, believe me, I have attended some marriages wherein the Panditji, instead of chanting mantras for marriage, they are reading Ramaraksha. Many people don't know even Ramaraksha these days. So in the name of mantras, they keep chanting any stotra, any Raksha, any Ramaraksha. So this is how the yajnas are performed today. There is a defined way of pronouncing mantras, and the effect varies depending upon the pitch and the tone used. For example, the effect of Om recitation depends upon whether it is chanted as a long drawn sound with the utterance or with a soft chanting or is whispered in a hushed voice, or it is recited mentally without any verbal articulation. So Om also, as you know, Om consists of a, uma. So it depends what you prolong, a or u or ma. Normally Om is pronounced Om, ma is prolonged, as we do in that pranayama. So now those who practice this, they alone will know what different effects it has of chanting Om in different styles. The bottom line of all this is that there is a particular way, a specific methodology for performing yajna. And the yajnas done improperly, without appropriate mantra recitation, without donating appropriate food, and most importantly, without faith, are said to be tamasik yajna. So this is tamasik yajna. Now we'll discuss the tapas, the austerities. As Paramatma had said earlier, tapas are also of three types: sharirik, vachik, and manasik. So we'll go to the next shloka, 14th shloka. Devad Guru Pradnya Pujanam Shauchamarjavam Brahmacharya Mahimsa Shariran Tapa Uchyate. Devad Guru Pradnya Pujanam Shauchamarjavam Brahmacharya Mahimsa Shariran Tapa Uchyate. Now, in this shloka, Paramatma is explaining about the Sharirik Tapa. Deva. Deva is the Supreme Lord. Dvija. Dvija is Brahmana. Ja is taking birth, Janma. Dvi is two. Brahmanas are believed to take two births. What two births? Once when they are physically born, and second time when they get Brahma Jnana. Now, how many Brahmins have already got Brahma Jnana? That may be a debatable issue. But Brahmanas are supposed to take two births. One when they physically are born through their parents, and second time when they attain that Brahma Gyan. So twice born is Dvija. Guru. Guru is the spiritual master. Guru. Pradnya. The people who are worshipable. Those people, Pujanam is worship. Shaucham, cleanliness. Arjavam, simplicity. Brahmacharya, celibacy. Ahimsa, non-violence, everybody knows. Shariram, pertaining to the body. Tapa is that tapa, austerity. Uchyate, that means is said to be. So what does it all mean? Devad Vijugra Pradnya, Pujanam Shaucha Marjavam, Brahmacharya Mahinsacha, Shariran Tapa Uchyate. The worship of devas, that means demigods, Brahmins. But Brahmins who have attained Brahmagyan, not by caste. Gurus and the Gyanis, observing purity, simplicity, celibacy, and non-violence. These are declared as tapa, austerity. The body, that is the physical austerity. Now, Guru is one who is higher than you in his knowledge and in his age also. Thus, mother, father, teachers are all respected and are revered. We know Shravan Kumar's story. Shravan Kumar's devotion towards his parents is legendary. He had physically carried his parents in those what you call covered. Covered in English, if you translate, it may be called as wooden baskets. He made his parents sit in the wooden baskets and he carried it in the on his shoulders. And he took them on that arduous pilgrimage. Now, this too is an example of physical austerity. Giving this service to your parents, taking so much of physical strain, is also a physical austerity, sharirik tapa. Because it would have placed such a strain on his body, no? So this is sharirik tapa. And he did it for a good purpose. Likewise, the hardship, the discomfort one bears while serving a guru, that too is a physical tapa, sharirik tapa. For example, in olden times, on hot summer days, when there were no fans, electrical fans were not there, the shishya, the disciples, would manually keep flicking the handmade fan, like this handmade fan. So they will take some piece of something and they will keep moving it right to left, right to left. That will create some kind of wind effect. And that is the way they would like to give comfort to their guru. While doing so, the disciple's shoulder, hands, and back would naturally ache. Doing it for hours is not easy, Yet, his mind would be joyous that I am offering some service to my guru. And the joy of seva would be so immense that a person would not want to share this task to anybody else. He would say, no, I will do it. I will not ask anybody else to do it. So similarly, non-violence too is an austerity. Non-violence is also a tapa. When you patiently endure the abusive words, you listen to somebody's abusive words spoken by somebody without a retaliation, neither giving through thoughts, speech, or action. No retaliation whatsoever. That too is austerity, isn't it? So patiently listening, patiently enduring the violence with some firmness in mind, without retaliation, is undoubtedly a type of physical austerity, sharirik tapa. The Lord says that even the celibacy is an austerity, brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is also a tapa. Seeking the gratification of some physical urges, sexual urges, is a natural instinct. Every man and woman or every male and female will have it. There is nothing wrong or bad about it. But if someone manages to detachedly witness this upsurge arising in the body and mind, then that is a physical tapa. If you can observe it detachedly, then it is a sharirik tapa, physical austerity. Bear in mind one thing, that detached witnessing does not equate to deliberately suppressing your urge. Suppressing urge takes on some bad form and get expressed in an ugly, perverted way sometime later. On the other hand, the detached witnessing of upsurge of this physical desire or sexual desire arising in the mind or body is an austerity. This is what the Lord says. Anudvegakaram devadvigraparjna pujanam shauchamarjavam brahmacharyam hisacha shariran tapochyate. So this is the sharirik tap. Now what is vachik tap? Speaking. What is vachik tap? That is explained in slok number 15. So anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitainchayat swadhyaya vyasanainchaiva vangmayan tapa uchyate. Anudvega karam. Anudvega is agitation. Anudvega karam, not agitating. Not agitating. Anudvega karam. Vakyam is words, statements. Satyam. Satyam is truthful. Priya. Priya is dear. Hitam. Hitam is for the benefit of beneficial. Yat. Yat means which. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is study of Vedas, Vedic study. Abhyasanam. Abhyasanam is to do abhyas, to do practice, to do same thing again and again is abhyas. Abhyasanam. Vangmaya. Of the voice of your speech. Vak. Vak is speaking. Tapa is austerity. Uchyate is said to be. So Paramatma says in this shloka, Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyahitanjiyat swadhyaya vyasananchaiva vangmayan tapochyate. Speech which is truthful. This is vachik tap. Speech which is truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and which causes no excitement or provocation. Study of Vedas, practice of mantras, recitation of mantras, I mean, this is declared to be the austerity of speech. That means this is the vachik tap. What is vachik tap? The speaking that you do should be truthful, should be pleasing, should be beneficial. It should not cause any excitement or provocation. You should be speaking some principles of Vedas, what you have studied. You should practice chanting of mantras. This is austerity of speech. So this is the vachik tapa. Now austerity of speech here means there is no anger, no agitation, no grumbling, and thereby no hurting anyone through your words. Remember, shouting harshly or abusively at somebody, even if he had made some mistake, he has erred somewhere, is a form of violence. By doing this, you just add to the mistake he has already done. In fact, calmly witnessing others' mistakes and gently showing him the error of his way without shouting, without yelling at him, without abusing him, is an example of austerity in speech. So controlling your talking, controlling your speech is an austerity of speech. That means the vachik tap. Your speech should be gentle, should be kind, and should be soft-spoken, not shouting, soft-spoken. Heat in your speech will scorch not only others' heart, but your own heart as well. It will have a bad effect on you, your body and heart as well. Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā says, the usage of truthful, pleasing, agreeable, non-provocative and beneficial words, chanting mantras, regular study of Vedas, all these are included in the austerity of speech. That means vachik tapa. So this was vachik tapa. So we have discussed sharirik tapa and vachik tapa. Now what is manasik tapa? As Lord has already said, tapas are of three types: sharirik, vachik and manas. So we have discussed what is sharirik and vachik. Now what is manasik tapa? Manah prasada saumyatvam maunamatma vinigraha bhava samshuddhiritye tapo manasamuchyate. Manah prasada, satisfaction of your mind. Saumyatvam, without being dishonest to others, is saumyatvam. Maunam is silence. Atma of the self. Vinigraha is to control, to restrain, to regulate. Bhava is one's nature. Bhava. Samshuddhi, purification. Iti is thus tapa, austerity. Manasam of the mind. Uchyate is said to be. So what is manasik tap? Calm, composed, and cheerful mind, observing mauna, observing silence, regular contemplation, that means manan chintan upon the divinity, about Paramatma, the purity of the purpose and absence of deception, not cheating anybody, not being dishonest with anybody. These are declared as the austerity of mind, manasik tapa. Now, staying cheerful no matter what happens is a mental austerity. Every time things don't happen to your liking, sometimes you don't like, or sometimes the unfavorable things also happen in our life. But to maintain cheerfulness, even in unfavorable situations, is a mental austerity, is manasik tapa. Don't keep looking for reasons to be cheerful. Learn to be in good spirits without any reason. Keep smiling, keep laughing without any reason. Everyone wants to be with such a happy person who is always smiling. Thus, he has many well-wishers. This man who keeps a smile on his face in all situations has many well-wishers. Even his Shatru, who is enemy, will not disrespect the one who is cheerful. And those who speak well, pleasing. So it is more than likely that at times things will not go as planned, as wished by you, but you should remain cheerful and good-humored, even in exciting situations, in exciting times. There was Swamiji, he narrated once a story that once he was traveling to USA. And after nearly 17-18 hours of long travel from Delhi, he landed at the Florida airport in USA. And by the time they had completed the customs and immigration facilities at the airport, formalities at the airport, nearly 20 hours had passed. And then they had departed, they started their journey, and needless to say, the body was tired, hungry, mind was tired. And the host who had come to pick them up at the airport, he took them on the last leg of their journey. which involved a long drive of nearly 2-3 hours. It was night time, and they started traveling on a remote highway with very little vehicular traffic on the highway. Around halfway through the journey, the host confessed that he had missed a turn on the highway and did not know where he was heading, clueless where he is going. To make the matters worse, he had forgotten his satellite navigator. Those days Google was not there, so satellite navigator people used to use in their car. And he could not ask for help as there was no telephone network in that area. And if this was not enough, the last straw was the sheepish host blurting out that the car would soon run out of petrol. My God. The situation was so much trying, but at the time, it was so very hilarious, especially given the light-hearted attitude of the host who had come to pick them up. He jovially kept on giving one bad news after the other and then put up his hand stating that there was not much he could do to help them now. But he was laughing all the time. So everybody started laughing, one after the bad news, one after the another bad news he is giving. In the end, of course, because of maintaining good mood, laughing mood, the host did manage to drive up to the nearest petrol station, and then soon they were back on their way where they wanted to go to their destination. The point of this story is that it is certainly possible to stay cheerful and have a laugh it off attitude. Whatever the situation, laugh it off. When things don't go according to your plan, laugh it off. Easy way. Moreover, a person who is cheerful, not only does he himself stay away calm in trying situations, but he does not agitate other people also around him. That is the beauty of remaining cheerful all the time. Thus, don't get distressed or rattled, no matter what happens. What's more, when you stay unfrustrated, you will be able to find the situation, some kind of solution to that situation or the problem that has arisen. So remaining cheerful in all trying situations is the key. Problems, big or small, don't make any difference to such a person who maintains cheerfulness in all situations. So people whose mind is buoyant, whose mind is energetic, Shri Krishna regards keeping one's mind cheerful as a mental austerity. This is a manasik tapa. To maintain cheerfulness of mind all the time is a manasik tapa. Staying cheerful, staying calm, staying composed, and contemplating upon the singular divinity, one tattva, that is Paramatma tattva, and observing silence of mind. All these are regarded as manasik tapa, mental austerity. Yes, silence of mind is a mental austerity, manasik tapa. Because if the flow of thoughts in your mind, it may distress you or discomfort you many times. Thus be vigilant towards your thoughts and use your discriminatory wisdom in deleting the thoughts which are futile, which are bad. Ask yourself, what will I gain by this wave of thoughts? Am I going in the right direction of thinking, or is it a wrong direction of my thoughts? And thus harnessing the mind and emptying it of all the thoughts which are bad, which are futile, is a mental austerity, is a manasik tapa. Purifying of antakaran is also a manasik tapa. Don't allow the awakening of attachment, aversion, envy, ego, greed, lust, or anger in your mind is also a manasik tapa. Irrespective of the circumstances or situations, we should avoid all these things, because they will tarnish your own mind. It will not harm others, but you will be troubling your own mind. Whereas your aim should be to keep your mind in good, pristine mood, cheerful mood. Now, don't judge others also. Don't label them good or bad. They will reap as they sow. Don't get angry at them. They will reap as they sow, isn't it? Then why do you burden your mind by putting some attachment or aversion or envy on your mind? If you have to think, then think about yourself, isn't it? See what is in your interest. Is envying somebody in your interest? Is getting angry with somebody in your interest? No, it's not at all. So what will uplift you spiritually, that you should think of, and thus focus on your own evolution rather than getting angry with somebody, because this is not going to help you at all. So this was the Manasik Tapa. So in last 3 shlokas we discussed Sharirik Tap, Vachik Tap and Manasik Tap. But as Paramatma has said already, there are 3 more types of Tap: Sattvic Tap, Rajasic Tap and Tamasic Tap. Now what are all these? First of all, the Sattvic Tap. What is Sattvic Tap? Shlok number 17. Shraddhaya paraya taptan tapastat trividin naraihi afalakankshiviryuktai sattvikam parichakshate. So this is the Sattvic Tap. What is Sattvic Tap? Shraddhaya, with faith. Paraya, the transcendental, spiritual. Taptam. Taptam is to perform, to execute. Tapaha. Tapa is austerity, we know. Tata. Tata is that. Trividam. Trividam of 3 kinds. Narai, by men. Nar. Afalakankshivi, who are without desire for any return, reward, phalam. That is afalakankshivi. Yuktai, to get engaged in the activity. Sattvikam, in the mode of goodness. Sattvic. Parichakshate is called. So Paramatma says, Shraddhaya paryatan tapastat trividhan naraihi afalakankshivi sattvikam parichakshate. Desiring no fruits, no karma phala, no return, the reward expectation. The 3-fold austerities performed by yogis with devoid and steadfast faith is regarded sattvic in nature. See, the most important point in the absence of any desire for the result, return, reward, fruit of the action. That is the most important point. Such a desire-free, expectation-free person becomes a yogi. No expectation, keep performing your karma, you are a yogi. See, it is not necessary that one needs to master the complex asanas or pranayamas to become a yogi. If you perfect the austerity in body, speech and mind, we discussed in last 3 shlokas, if we perfect ourselves in the austerity in body, austerity in speech and austerity in mind, Sharirik Tap, Manasik Tap and Vachik Tap, that also will make us yogi. When our mind is purified, when your speech is pleasing and beneficial to others, when you have nothing but good wishes even for those who oppose you, in effect, you have become a yogi. But is it so easy? Unless you have some control on your body, mind and speaking, you cannot become a yogi. A small story. One person, he went to a Swamiji, a yogi. He was a very renowned yogi. He went to him and said that, I want to learn yoga from you. I want to learn tapa from you. So that yogi said, okay, fine. Can you do me a favor first before that, before I start teaching you? He said, yes. Take this box, give it to my friend. He is around 5 kilometers away from here. Go walking down all the way and give this box to him. He said, this is all you want me to do? Oh, very easy job. I will do it. No problem. Where is that box? Take this box. So he gave a small box to him, saying that give it to my friend who is 5 kilometers away from here in another ashrama. So this person started walking 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. He got tired. Then there was a big tree. He sat down below the tree to take rest. And then curiously he thought, what may be the contents of this box? I will only see, he said. I will only see and close it. But let me see what is there in this box. That Swami is sending this small box all the way to his friend 5 kilometers away. What are the contents of this box? Let me open and see. So he hurriedly opened the box. As soon as he opened the box, a small white rat jumped out of the box and vanished somewhere in the bushes. He hurriedly closed the box and then started walking. When he reached his destination, he handed over that box to that another Swamiji. Then the Swamiji asked, he opened the box. He said, this is an empty box. Was there anything in this box? Then he said, yes, there was something in the box. I opened and there was a small rat in that and it vanished. So he said, okay, only rat was there. Okay, fine, no problem. Then this fellow came back to his original Swamiji, original Guru. Then that Swamiji said, you are not still fit to become a yogi, to become a tapasvi. You have no control over your body. You got tired walking 2-3 kilometers. You have no control over your body. You have no control over your mind. You could not resist opening that box. On the top of it, you did not even disclose this to me. I came to know about this from my friend. So this is a small story indicating what you really need for doing Sharirik Tap or Manasik Tap or Vachik Tap. It's not so easy. Now, in the context of the physical austerity, what we are discussing, what we discussed, we must know that there are some who torture their bodies by putting their bodies into extreme conditions. For example, someone stands in the scorching hot sun over his head. Someone stands in the cold water for days together. Someone pierces several nails into his tongue and they call it tapa, Sharirik Tapa. This is certainly not what Lord Krishna expects them to do. This is not physical tapa. This is not Sharirik Tapa. Serving the elders, serving the teachers, serving the Guru. This is physical austerity. This is Sharirik Tapa that Lord Krishna is talking about. Keeping the body clean, observing silence, purifying the antakaran, staying calm and cheerful. These are the examples of austerities in the body, Sharirik. Similarly, speech and mind. The one who practices such austerities is a yogi. And Shri Krishna says that these austerities become Sattvic. These Sharirik, Manasik and Vachik austerities become Sattvic when performed with great deep faith and absence of desire for any fruit. So we keep performing Sharirik, Manasik, Vachik Tapa without expecting any return reward and with a deep faith in Paramatma. Then your Tapa becomes Sattvic. So this is Sattvic Tapa. Now what is Rajasic Tapa? Rajasic Tapa. Next sloka, slok number 18. Satkarmana pujarthan tapodambena chaivayat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasanchalam adhruvam. This is Sattvic Tapa, Rajasic Tapa. What is Rajasic Tapa? Shri Krishna says, Satkarmana pujarthan tapodambena chaivayat. Satkar, respect. We expect respect from people. Man, honor. Puja, worship. Artham, artham is for the sake of. Tapa, tapa is austerity, we know it now. Dambhena, with dambha, with pride. Yat, which. Kriyate, kriyate is to perform. Tat, that. Iha, iha is this, in this iha loka, in this world. Proktam, proktam is said. Rajasam, that is in the mode of passion. Chalam, chalam is deviating, flickering. Adhruvam, adhruvam is temporary. So Paramatma says in this sloka, slok 18, that this is the Rajasic Tapa. What is Rajasic Tapa? Austerity practiced with the aim of receiving honor, man, respect, satkar, adulation, or perform with some kind of hypocrisy, and then which is transitory. Your Shraddha is not permanent. So such tapa is called Rajasic in nature. You have limited Shraddha in whatever you are doing. You are doing it more for earning honor, respect and adulation from people. And your total attitude is of hypocrisy. Your Shraddha is temporary, transitory. So this kind of tapa, austerity, is called Rajasic. Now what is tamasi tapa? Slok number 19, tamasi tapa, Paramatma says, Mudhagrahenatmano yat pidaya kriyate tapaha parasyotsādanārtham va tattamasamudhāratam. This is tamasita. What is tamasita? Mood. Mood is foolish. People who have limited intellect is mood, foolish. Grahena, with endeavor. Atmana. Atmana is oneself. Pidaya. Pidaya is to give pida, to torture. Kriyate is perform. Tapa. Tapa is tapa, austerity, penance. Parasya. Parasya means to other people. Utsadana artham. For destroying, for harming. Va or tata, that tamasam in the mode of ignorance or darkness, udharatam is said to be. So Paramatma says, Mudhagrahinatmano yat pidya kriyate tapaha parasyotsadanartham va tattamasamudharatam. Austerity prompted by some foolish idea, some foolish notion or foolish belief, which is obstinately inflicting torture on one's body. वहां से भी सुन के आते हैं कि बॉडी में ऐसा कुछ किया तो you will be doing a great tapa. So they foolishly start doing that with their own body or speech or mind. But all this with the aim of harming others. You are doing this tapa not for your purification of mind, but because suppose you have a business rival, you want that you should go bankrupt. And you are doing some sharirik, manasik, vachik tapa to destroy him. The purpose of your tapa is harming somebody, then this is a tamasic in nature. Earlier, Krishna had mentioned that some people worship demonic forces, asuri shakti, ghosts or spirits. These involve chanting of strange, some tongue-twisting mantras, doing some black magic, going to the smashan bhumis in the night and doing some preta puja and all that, with the intention of harming or injuring some of their enemies or opponent. Let's not call enemy, opponent. Such austerities that involve self-torture and which are meant to harm others are deemed to be tamasic in nature. So these are the tamasic austerities. Now, having discussed sharirik, vachik, manasik tapa, having discussed the ahar, having discussed the yajna, now the next thing that Paramatma is going to explain is about dana, charity. Sattvic dan, Rajasic dan, and Tamasic dan. What is Sattvic dan? Datavyamati yaddanan diyate nupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha taddanam satvikam srutam. Charity which is done as a matter of duty. Datavyamati yaddanan diyate nupakarine. There is no expectation of return reward. You are doing it as your kartavya karma. Datavyam is worth giving. Danam, dan with charity, dan, diyate is given. Anupakarane, this is important. Anupakarane, irrespective of return reward. Deshe, in a proper place. Kale, at a proper time. Patre, with a proper suitable person. Tata, that, danam, charity, sattvikam, smritam. That dana is called sattvic. It's considered to be sattvic. So datavyamiti yaddanam diyate nupakarane deshe kaleja patrecha taddanam sattvikam sardam. The charity which is done as a matter of duty, given to an appropriate person at an appropriate time and at appropriate place without expecting anything in return, is considered to be sattvic in nature. So this is sattvic dana. Now how many of us do sattvic dana is a matter of research. Anyway, dana, charity also is of three types. Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. One should certainly be charitable. And it should be done as a matter of duty, but without seeking anything in return. Just as keeping your body clean and healthy is natural, instinctive way of your living the life, so should be your attitude towards charity. See, we don't check if you will gain anything by the merit of taking bath or eating or shaving or cutting your nails. We have tried to find benefits in all this. No, these are natural things which we do. No, every day morning we take bath, we eat. Male folks, they will do the shaving. Everybody will cut nails every 8 days or 10 days. So these are the things which we do as a natural instinct. We don't have to find benefits in all this. These are the activities which are essential, intrinsic part of our day-to-day life. Likewise, Lord Krishna says, this should be your attitude towards carrying out the charitable act. Charitable act should also be the intrinsic part of your daily life. See it as an intrinsic, integral part of your life as your duty. Charity means sharing with others. Living just for your own self is not human. It's not a human attribute. It is animalistic. It is animalistic to be concerned only about your own self. If two dogs are fighting, one dog will take away the roti, the second dog will be hungry. If we do the same way, then what is the difference between men and human beings and the dogs? One should earn money and gift a part of it as a charitable act. Like giving it to a Santa sage, giving it to Guru, giving it to the needy, poor person who needs it. So it is equally important to give this dana to appropriate person. One should not give it to undeserving, unworthy person. On the traffic signal, you see many people asking for something. People who are physically fit, who can do some labor and earn money, they also stand at traffic signals and keep begging. So that dana is not Sattvic dana. Don't give to such people. Many people go by outer appearances in deciding whom to give. So they are happy to donate to a person who has an outward appearance as a Brahmin, as a Pandit. Specific attire, a trace of hair atop the head, a tilak on his forehead, and so on and so forth. But it is not enough just to go by the external appearance of that person, but rather the person should have the qualities, attributes. The attributes of Brahmin or a sadhu should be there in him. Otherwise, he may use your money for inappropriate purposes like smoking or drinking alcohol. And if he uses your money to carry out such misdeeds, then bear in mind that inadvertently you will become an accomplice to his wrongdoing. You are helping him to do that papa karma. That is why never donate to undeserving and unworthy persons. And if you cannot easily find deserving candidate, then give it to some deserving cause. For example, Prime Minister's Relief Fund. Modi ji will never misuse the funds. We all have this confidence in him. So donate it to PM's fund. He will help it to the he will help it for the needy people only, isn't it? So there are many calamities occurring in the world over. Somewhere earthquake takes place, somewhere flooding takes place, somewhere drought takes place. PM's fund will help them all. Indirectly, you are doing that. So use your wealth to aid the wounded, the starving, and the victims. This is Sattvic dana. Now, what is Rajasic dana? Yatya pratyapkarartham phalamuddeshya punaha diyete cha pariklishtam taddanam rajasam srutam. So this is the Rajasic dana. Yat which prati upakara artham, for the sake of getting something in return. Phalam is return, the result, reward. Uddishya is desiring, uddesh. Puna, again, diyate is given. Pariklishtam with some clash in your mind. Grudgingly you give it to somebody. Not happily, grudgingly. Danam, charity. Rajasam, smritam is considered to be in the mode of passion. That dana is in the mode of passion. That is Rajasi dana. So yatti pratyapakaratham phalamuddeshya va punaha kriyate ja pariklistan taddanam rajasam pratam. Charity done with the objective of receiving something in return or expecting some fruit of your action is called Rajasi in nature. You are giving dan and you say, when I need something, this fellow is going to help me. Or even if this type of charity is done unenthusiastically, grudgingly, not happily, grudgingly. For example, if some pressurizes you to donate money by instilling fear in you, इनको देता हूँ नहीं तो आपको तकलीफ हो जाएगी. Do this, otherwise something terrible calamity will fall on you. And you give because you don't want to invite any misfortune. But will there be any pleasure in giving this under force? No. You give it grudgingly, no? So dana means cheerful sharing with others. But if the receiver of your dana, the benefactor is giving in discomfort, the giver is giving it in discomfort or with annoyance, and if the donor is also giving it reluctantly, and where the dana expects something, the donor expects something in return, when he gives because he is seeking a specific fruit, return reward of his dana, then that charity is called Rajasic in nature. So this is Rajasic dana. Now what is Tamasic dana? Paramatma says Tamasic dana is Adeshakali yadda namapatre dveshadhiyate asatpratama vadnyatan tattamasamudharatam. This is great. Adeshakali. Adesh, at improper or unpurified place. Akale, at unpurified or at improper time. Yet, that which danam, charity, apatre dveshya, to the unworthy person, diyate is given, asatkrutam, without respect, avadnyatam, without proper attention, that tamasam udharatam. So that dana is called in the mode of ignorance, in the mode of darkness. Udharatam is said to be. So adeshakali yaddanama patre diyate asatrutam adnyatan tamasam udharatam. Charity given to the unworthy persons at inappropriate time, at inappropriate place, and is given disrespectfully or with contempt, is declared as tamasic in nature. So these are the three types of danas: Sattvic dan, Rajasic dan, and Tamasic dan. Now we are going to learn a wonderful mantra in this adhyay. Om Tat Sat. What is the meaning of Om Tat Sat? That we are going to learn in the next shloka, shloka 23. Om Tat Sat nirdesho brahmanastrivida smritaha brahmanastena vedascha yajnascha vihita pura. Om Tat Sat. Om, indication of Supreme Paramatma. Tat, that. What is the meaning of Tat? We'll see it in details. Sat, Sat is eternal, Satya, truthful, eternal. Iti, thus, Nirdesha, Nirdesha is to indicate. Brahmanam, of the Supreme. Triveda, three types, threefold. Smrta, Smrta is to consider. Brahmanaha, Brahmana is Brahmana, not by caste. One who has got Brahma Gyan is a Brahman. Tena, with that, Vedaha, the Vedic literature, yajna, yajna is sacrifice, vihita, used, pura is before, formerly. So Om Tat Sati Nirdesho Brahmanastivida Smrita Brahmanastena Vedascha Yajnascha Vihita Pura. Om Tat and Sat. This is the threefold calling of Satchidananda Parabrahma. Om is also calling of Parabrahma, Tat is also calling of Parabrahma, and Sat is also calling for Parabrahma. And it is very absolute reality which created the Brahmanas, the Vedas, and the Yajnas in the old times. ancient times. Now we need to understand the term Brahmana here refers to the one which is not Brahman by caste, but one who has attained the Brahma Gyan. This Brahmana is another name for a Rishi, for a sage, irrespective of the caste to which he belongs. If he has attained Brahma Gyan, he is a Brahmana. In this shloka, Krishna says that the threefold calling of Brahma, Om, Tat and Sat is the source of entire creation with Brahmanas, that is with Rishis and Vedas, not Brahmana by caste. Being created in the very beginning. Vedas means Gyan, higher knowledge. See, Gyan existed even before the four Vedas were existing. Four Vedas had not come into existence. Even before that, Gyan was existing. Gyan precedes even the Vedas. Thus, it is Gyan that emerged from Satchidananda Parabrahma, and then the Rishis, Munis, sages who incorporated their Gyan in their Antakaran, they talked about it through the Vedas. So they attained Gyan first, and then the Vedas came into existence. So this is about the Gyan. Now what is Om Tat Sat? Om means yes. Om Tat Sat is a Vedic mantra. Om means yes. Tat means that principle, that tattva, and Sat means Satya, truth. So Om Tat Sat means yes, that tattva is Satya. Yes, that principle is the truth. Which tattva? Paramatma tattva. So Om Tat Sat has this meaning. We should firmly believe these golden words of the God, Om Tat Sat. We can create rasa, interest, in every karma of ours with the firm Shraddha in this mantra of Om Tat Sat. Now at the end of Bhagavad-Gītā Adhyay, we say Om Tat Saditi. So from today onwards, when you end the Adhyay and you chant this Om Tat Sat, know that you are taking 3 times Paramatma's name. Now when Om is to be taken, when Tat is to be taken, and when Sat is to be taken, that we'll discuss in the coming shlokas. See, you cannot, when we say Om Tat Sat, we should have deep Shraddha in that. So we cannot hate this samsar. Rather, we should believe that this Satya Tattva Paramatma has its presence in this samsar also, in this universe also. ये संसार बहुत खराब है, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. Samsara is also creation of Paramatma. If we like this and we accept that Paramatma is having its presence in this samsara, in this universe, then only we start experiencing good about this samsara. Then we get interest in this samsara. Can we appreciate the painter and criticize his painting? Will the painter like it? So you like Paramatma, but you criticize his creation, samsara. Is it a good thing to do? Will Paramatma be happy with that? I created samsara for you guys and you are criticizing your own samsara. In the process, you are criticizing me. So we should never criticize samsara also, because it is Paramatma's creation and Paramatma's existence is there in this samsara as well. This is what we should understand. Om Tat Sat. Now Om Tat Sat, we will discuss this further also. See, given due respect to your elders, to teachers, to saints or gurus, what is more? Accord more respect even to your opponents. Basically, you should never be boorish or ill-mannered in any circumstances, irrespective of whether the other person is superior or inferior, good or bad. Why do we avoid people? It is not a nice thing to avoid people. It is not a nice thing not to greet them or acknowledge them. Very often, you are not in a position to judge whether someone is a good person or a bad person, or he is a evolved individual, he is a Gyani. You can't judge people by their face. You could be mistaken about someone, or you may have understood him. See, the world could change in a moment. You have experienced something with somebody years ago, and then you form an impression about him or her, which is permanent in you. But over a period of time, people do change, no? So why to carry that impression with you for the whole of your life? Now you are, who are you harming by doing all this? If you behave like this, you are harming yourself. So respecting others, having a happy disposition and greeting others warmly, these actions are beneficial for you. But if you do not see this, realize this, then it is a shortcoming on your part. Thus be cheerful and be respectful towards everyone, and this is in our own interest. Now next shloka, Paramatma says, Tasmadomityadarutya yajnadhanatapakriyaha pravartante vidhanokta satatam brahmavadinam. Tasmat. Tasmat is therefore. Paramatma says therefore. Tasmat. Om. Om is the beginning with Om. Iti. Iti is thus. Udarat. Udarat is to indicate yajna, sacrifice, dana, charity, tapa, austerity, penance, kriya, or permit, pravartante, to begin, vidhani yukta, according to our scriptural guidance, satatam, always, brahmavadinam, of the spiritual, of the transcendentalist. So Paramatma says, this particular thing of Om Tat Sat, Tasmadomityadarutya yajnadhanatapakriyaha pravartante vidhanokta satatam brahmavadinam. Therefore, the students, the followers of Vedic scriptures, Vedas, commence their act of yajnas, charity, austerity, yajnadhanatapa, with the utterance of Om. Every beginning, we also start Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha, isn't it? So everything starts with Om. Om is the root of everything, including the Vedas and other scriptures of our Sanatan Dharma. This is why one should commence every yajna, every charity, or every austerity, every tapa, with the utterance of Om. The entire world and the Parabrahma are held in this three Om. What is the meaning of Om? We'll see in details. So this entire world and the Brahma are held in this Om, Om. The entire Prakriti is in three syllables, A-U-M, Om. Whereas the non-syllable is the infinite about Parabrahma. The utterance of Om is very, very beneficial. Now, what is all this? That we'll see in the next shloka about the importance of Om. What is the importance of Om? This is the importance of Om. Those who have seen the 8th Adhyaya of Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka in that. Om iti ekaksharam brahma. Om iti ekaksharam brahma. Om means akshara brahma. Om means parabrahma. The first word uttered at the time of creation of this Srishti, this universe, is Om. It is called Pranav. Pranav. Om is called Pranav. What is Pranav? With which we meditate on Parabrahma is Pranav. परमात्मा को प्राण से किया हुआ प्रणाम मतलब प्रणव. परमात्मा को प्राण से किया हुआ प्रणाम is Pranav. That is Om. Om is the basic foundation of all. Om is the resonance of Paramatma's exhalation, Hunkar. Paramatma made an Hunkar and the Om got created. Om consists of A-U-Ma, means Utpatti, creation, Sthiti, maintaining the creation, and Lay, destruction of the creation. A-U-Ma. Om also means Ruk, that means Rugved, Sam, that means Samved, and Yeju means Yajurved. Om also means equilibrium of Sattva, Raja, and Tama. The first karma in this universe is pronouncement of Om. Therefore, every karma that we do, it starts with chanting of pronouncement of Om. In 8th Adhyaya, Paramatma says, Om itekaksharam brahma vyaharan mamanusmaran yah prayati tejandeham syati paramaṅgatim. If we are doing mental japa of Om at the last breath of our life and leave this body with mental chanting of Om, we attain Param Gati. Yah prayati tejan deham sayati paramam gatim. When we are doing Om Ityekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Mamanuswaram. So, japa of Om. So, you have to japa, you have to do Nam japa of Om at the last moment of your life. But at the same time, we have to remember Paramatma. Paramatma says, you remember me, but mentally keep chanting Om. That means Om is Paramatma. That means for us, Om is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. The chanting of Om at the last moment of life has this great benefit. That's why people say Omkar every day. Om, Om, Om. So that at the last moment, they may remember this, and then probably it will help them to attain the Param Gati. So now we know when to start with Om. Everything starts with Om. Now when we have to say Tat, this is also calling of Paramatma Tat. So when Tat is to be used, when Om is to be used, that is what we are learning in this shloka. Shloka 25. Tadetyanabhisandhaya phalam yajnatapakriyaha dana kriyascha vividha kriyante moksha kankshibhihi. So Paramatma says, when you say Tat, Tat means that Paramatma Tattva, iti, thus, anabhisandhaya, without desiring. Phalam is the return reward of your karma. Yajna is sacrifice. Yajna, tapa, austerity, penance. Trividha, vividha. Vividha is various types. Kriyante is done or done. Kriya is your karma. Kriya, activities. Dana, charity. Moksha kankshibhihi, those who actually desire moksha, liberation. They have no materialistic desire. They desire only moksha or liberation. So what does it all mean? Shloka 25. Utterance of Tat is done by the seekers of liberation, moksha kankshibhi, who regard everything as belonging to the Lord. This body, this senses, this intellect is not mine. It is all yours. So they regard everything belonging to the Lord and thus perform all actions like yajnas, like austerities, like charities without seeking any fruit. So they keep performing all these three. Yajna, dana, tapa, but without expecting any return reward. Because they want only moksha. They don't want any materialistic kamanas, desires. They don't have. Everything belongs to the Lord, and I also belong to the Lord. It is what they think. And thus I perform yajna, austerities or charity only for the joy of doing it. I don't desire anything in return. I seek no fruits of my action. And thus I do this as the only way I know to live. This is my nature. I see this as my duty, kartavya karma. And I very much enjoy doing this. So I am doing it. Now, this is the attitude of a superior, a noble human being. Such a person does not need any auspicious day to wake up early. He wakes up every day early in the morning, every day, and then he gets engaged into some spiritual practice. Because he deserves joy. He attains joy. He derives joy out of doing all this. Some, on the other hand, give because they think by doing so, their desires will get fulfilled. They will get something back in return. See, there are categories of people, three categories of people. Tamasic, Rajasic and Sattvic. So likewise, one who is not charitable or who gives only because of his attitude of one-upmanship is Tamasic. For example, a fellow refuses to donate to a charity, but when his wife informs him that his neighbor has given such and such an amount, the fellow's ego is hurt. And he says, okay, well, in that case, I will also give twice of it. What does he think of himself? Now, this is tamasic in nature. So I was saying that someone on the other hand who gives because they think by doing so, their desires will get fulfilled. They will get something back in return. These people are Rajasic in disposition. Then again, there are a few, very few, who give without any expectation, without any desires, who derive only joy from doing by entering into the act of giving, who regard charity as sharing the Lord's wealth with the Lord, because they see Lord everywhere. They serve Guru with the same faith. So they are of Sattvic disposition. Better is Rajasic than Tamasic, and the best is Sattvic. Thus, let us see where we stand. Are we Rajasic, Tamasic, or Sattvic? Our try should be to better ourselves wherever we stand today. So let us try to give do our best, our kartavya karma, then yajna whatever, without expectation, without any desire. So this is about the stat. When the service becomes a joy, when serving or giving somebody becomes a part of your own nature, innate nature, then waking up early or performing one's spiritual practices becomes a matter of course. These attributes indicate Sattvic disposition. And Shri Krishna says, such Sattvic people easily attain higher worlds of dhyan and dhyan. Sattvic disposition. Now, when Tat, we have seen when Om is used, when Tat is used, and what is the meaning of Sat now? Let us go to Slok 26. Sadbhave sadbhave cha saditye tat prayujyate prashaste karmani tatha satchabdah partha yujyate. So here Paramatma says about the Sat. When Sat is to be used. Sat is used Sadbhave. Sadbhave is in the sense of nature of supreme, Sat Bhav, Paramatma's Bhav. Sadhubhave in the sense of nature of the devotee, Sadhubhave. Sat, the word Sat. Iti, thus, etat. Etat means this. Prayujyate. Prayujyate means is used. Prashaste. In a bona fide way. Karmani. Karmani is your karma, your activities. Tatha also. Sat Shabda. Sat Shabda. Sat Shabda. That means Sat, this word, the sound Sat, Partha is Arjuna, Yujyate is used. So Paramatma says, Sadbhave sadhubhave cha, sadityetat prayujyate, prashaste karmani tatha, Sat Shabda, Partha Yujyate. Arjuna, Sat, this name of God represents the ultimate reality and also generic sense of goodness and uprightness, truthfulness. And the word Sat is also used in the context of commendable, meritorious acts. That which exists in all times, that which is untouched by time, that which translates in all times, that which is existing in all times, that which is in which the time also gets dissolved, which is eternal, timeless entity, is called Sat, the truth, the ultimate reality. That is the Paramatma Tattva. It is not bound by time. It is not bound by place. Thus, this word Sat should be used judiciously because Sat is equivalent to God. It is synonym to Parabrahma. Sat means Parabrahma. So, if you want to tell a lie, then at least don't swear on Guru's name or God's name. Don't blatantly speak untruth in the name of Guru or God. Because Sat is the name of God. Sat is the name of Guru. So you want to speak Asat. Don't speak in the name of your Guru or the God. Next, Luka. Yajne tapasi dane cha siddhis siddhitajachyate karma chaiva dadarthiyam siddhityeva vidiyate. 27. So being steadfast in yajna, dana and tapa is also regarded as sat. Being steadfast in yajna, tapa and dana is also regarded as sat, because action offered to the Lord is also firmly held as sat. That is the sat action. Sat is the backbone. Truthfulness is the backbone. The underpinning not only for your body, your senses, or your mind, or your intellect, but also of this entire manifest world, Sat. You are not separate from Sat. You are not separate from Paramatma. And you cannot be separated from Sat. The Sat is the word representing God. We are not separate from God. Sat, that means truth, always prevails. This saying everyone knows. Truth always prevails. So Sat always prevails. God always prevails. And remember that when someone lies, even therein there is some truth. Truth was, truth is, and truth will always be there. Asat, that means untruth, unreality, is always short-lived. Then be it spoken lie or this whole wild world. This world is also asat. It's going to get off one day. This entire manifest world is also untruth, unreal, and hence has a finite shelf life. Truth is alone eternal. Truth alone is fundamental crux of everything. Sat, not asat. Now the last sloka of this adhyaya. Ashraddhaya hudandattan tapastaptan krutayam yat asatityate partho nachatat pretya no iho. Paramatma says, whether it is yajna, whether it is tapa, or whether it is dana, any such karma performed without shraddha, ashraddhaya, is said to be asat. And know that it is neither beneficial in this life when we are living in this world, nor it is helpful to you in the next life. That means the life that we get after death. So Shraddha is of topmost importance. There are many stories about Shraddha, but time is running out. If the time permits, after this Vivechana, I will tell some stories about Shraddha and Ashraddha. What Shraddha can do. So as far as this chapter, this is the last shloka of this chapter. As far as this 17th chapter, this 17th adhyaya is concerned, the take-home message, the take-home message for all of us is that one should try to augment one's sattva guna and work towards reducing the tamo guna and rajo guna. That is the take-home message of this adhyaya. And as the sattva guna will increase, it will cleanse our antakaran, make our hearts soft-hearted, compassionate, and purify our mind as well. And remember, a purified, cleansed antakaran is very, very crucial foundation needed to imbibe and regain the dhyan. The 17th adhyaya has clearly underlined the effects of three gunas, sattva, rajo, tamo, on our actions. Thus, hopefully, we will be able to assess ourselves whether we are sattva guni in our ahar, in yajna, tapa, dana, whatever activity we are doing. So let us assess ourselves and see where we stand. For example, if now it now must be clear to all of us that the desire prompted actions, no matter how virtuous those actions are nevertheless rajoguni. They can never be sattva. So the chapter has given plenty of food for thought for all of us, whether we are rajoguni or sattvaguni or tamasic. So it is a rare being who is born as Jnani. Nobody is born Jnani, very rare. Don't lose the heart, because the consistent manan chintan, contemplation of Bhagavad-Gītā and practicing these shlokas will improve our grasping power and will strengthen our hold on this knowledge, on this gyan, and will make us advance on steadily on this path of spiritual upliftment. So Bhagavad Gita we are reading for our spiritual upliftment. And this Adhyay has taught us in great details about these three Shraddhas. Satparjotamo, Ahar, Yajna, Tapa, Dana, Sharirik, Marchik, Manasik, all that. You can take a review of all the shlokas that we have discussed. So this was the end of Adhyay 17. Let us end it with reading of Pushpika. We have newly learned Om Tat Sat. So now let us read Pushpika with this new knowledge, what we acquired. Om Tat Saditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyāyai Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna-Arjuna Samvade Shraddha-Traya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Saptadashodhyayah. Om Shri Krishna-Arpanamastu. So this is all for our spiritual upliftment. This is the end of this Adhyay 17. Thank you so much for listening to me patiently. Jai Shri Krishna. Now the forum is open for your questions.
Oh, you couldn't hear. So I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Thank you.
I had forgotten to unmute myself. Yeah.
Word, if there are any questions, I know I have taken a lot of extra time today. But if you have the patience to ask questions, you are most welcome.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yes.
we can keep on discussing questions and answer in every session.
Yeah. I think Mahesh ji's has. Yeah. Yeah. Bhaiya, questions. Didi, questions le lenge. Dakshina Didi.
Yeah. Should I ask?
Mahesh
Yeah.
Pandey Bhaiya. हाँ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have got two questions, in fact.
Yeah.
First is relating to this onion and garlic as food. Whether they are tamasic, considering their medical benefits.
See, it's a misnomer that non-veg food is having good medical benefits and vegetarian food does not have. A lot of non-vegetarian people world over, not only in India, but world over, are turning into vegetarians.
No,
Veg-
actually, I am talking only about garlic and onion.
Huh?
Garlic and onion.
Garlic and onion. Okay, garlic and onion. Garlic and onion are considered to be tamasic.
Yeah.
Though they have their health benefits, but as we discussed in last session also, if you can physically digest them for the well-being of your body without
Yeah.
getting your body affected,
Yeah.
then it's okay once in a while to consume them. But people who are falling on the path of spirituality, they normally don't advise going in for garlic or on onion. This is normal behavior of people who are sattvic in their diet. Because as we discussed in sattvic ahar, food is pungent. Pungent is not sattvic. And onion is pungent. Garlic is pungent.
Yeah, both are
Something which is pungent is not
Yeah.
considered to be sattvic. Something which is very spicy, very hot, that's not considered that way appropriate to eat. So technically speaking, spiritually speaking, these are considered to be tamasic.
My
As in-
second
Yeah.
question is
Then take it for
relating relating to this karma theory. Many times these babies are born with some physical deformities and something like that, or congenital disease.
Yeah.
Is it because of their karmas in past life, or what is the problem?
Yeah, this is typically our karmas of past life. We discussed many times how our sanskars get formed. Every karma that we do leaves an imprint on our antakaran, and that sanskar we carry from lives to lives. From previous life, we are carrying our sanskar to this life.
Need that physical deformities and all diseases, congenital
Now,
diseases even.
There is a karma phala that has propped up. Karma phala has propped up. It is not necessary that the phala, the return reward of your karma, you get instantly when you perform the karma. It comes in the form of prarabdha. And this is called prarabdha. Prarabdha is the karma props up in the form of phala, return reward, at any time which is not under your control. So prarabdha, that is what we call as prarabdha.
But the thing is that there used to be a polio, leprosy, and all these in olden days, but now both have been eradicated.
Yeah.
The person suffering from leprosy or polio, people used to say that because of his past karma, he is suffering from these diseases. But now nobody is suffering. Should we say again the same thing, that because of past karma or all this? Because nobody is suffering now.
You see, it is not necessary that the past karmas will punish you only in the form of physical deformity at the time of birth. It will punish you during the rest of your life also, no? Anytime.
Yeah, that is there.
So, because, see, as human beings, we know that entire life that we live is not full of all happiness and pleasures. We keep facing a lot of unhappy, unpleasant things, which are very saddening, distressing in our life many times. So this is all we can consider as our past karmas. Past karmas for us, which are propped up in the form of our prarabdha. When we cannot explain anything with any logic, we say it is our prarabdha. Kya kare? Prarabdha hai hamare sa. 10 people face the interview, only 1 gets selected, 9 get rejected. Maybe the rest of the 9 are more intelligent than the fellow who is got selected. But prarabdha, kya kare? So daiva is something which is unquestionable.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yes.
भैया आप पूछिए।
मैडम
जी भैया पूछिए आप।
हाँ नमस्कार जी।
नमस्ते नमस्ते।
मेरा बेसिक डाउट है, ये भगवद गीता को पढ़ने समय कुछ without bath, without taking bath and without brushing teeth, can we read or not, sir? Just I have a small doubt.
See, Bhagavad Gita does not insist that you should take bath and then only read Bhagavad Gita. If you are reading Bhagavad Gita as a part of Karma Kand, when you are performing the Karanyas, Hridayadhinyas, no? And then you are expecting something of doing your Parayana of Bhagavad Gita, then you have to follow all the rituals. Okay, you have to take proper power, you have to sit in front of God in your puja ghar and then chant Gita. But while reading Gita without any expectation, you can read it when you are taking a walk on your terrace, or you are walking on the street, or you are traveling in the bus or flight, in the train, anywhere. At any moment, you can chant Gita. It has no such rules that you should take shower and then only read Gita.
So if you expect something that phala, that is
expecting something as a sakam karma.
Okay.
We are doing all nishkam karma. By reading Gita, we are not expecting anything from Lord Shri Krishna. We are reading it for purification of our antakaran. Purification of antakaran, you don't continue to take bath and then only sit and read Gita. You can chant Gita at any moment.
Okay. So no need that restrictions.
No restrictions, which we normally use for all other puja and all that karma kanda. So that they are not applicable for Bhagavad Gita. You can read, you can chant Bhagavad Gita at any moment.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So I hope that's all the questions have been answered. And Bhaiya, it was a wonderful session, very enlightening. Actually, I was talking without unmuting myself, so I'm sorry for that. And it was very good. And thank you so much. Now, I would like to remind everyone that please watch Geeta Sevi program, which is there at 8:30 today, 8:30 p.m. And also a reminder that on June 7th, another next L1 session is starting. And that too, it's starting from 4 a.m. 4 a.m. also there is a session. That's at Brahma Muhurta. So please convey these messages to your friends and family to join Geeta Pariwar to learn how to read Bhagavad Gita. So that was a reminder. Now I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Vikas Bhaiya for clearing the doubts of our sadhakas. On behalf of Geeta Pariwar and myself, I extend sincere thanks to the technical team consisting of Dakshina Didi and all those who have been at the backstage for their relentless and efficient efforts in making the session a great success. May I take this opportunity to thank all those who attended this session. Please do continue your Gita sadhana and attend these sessions to enrich your spiritual knowledge. To mark the end of this session, I call upon Alka Saxena Didi for reciting Prarthana. Didi is from Gurugram, Haryana, and is a teacher and trainer and a healer. Didi joined Geeta Pariwar in January 2024 and is a sadhak in LP and doing seva as technical assistant and group coordinator. So you can just see she joined only this January 24 and she's already a group coordinator, and now she is here for prayer. So that can be done here. So I request you all. Yeah. So Didi, please.
We'll discuss the story in the next session sometime. The time is not there now. Didi has already come for prayer. So we'll discuss story in the next time. Okay.
Very good. Yeah. Yeah, Didi.
Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevao Vrajapriyam Dharma Sanstapakam Viram Krishna Vande Jagadgurum Krishna Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna sabhi ko.
Jai Shri.
Thank you, Didi, for that sweet recital. Now, I request all to be present during Hanuman Chalisa recital. Didi, please. Dakshina Didi, please. Hanuman Chalisa, please.
Didi.
Yeah.
गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा, साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Thank you all for attending this session and be here for the recital. May our week ahead be brighter and more beautiful. We shall see you back on another enlightening session next week. Till then, Jai Shri Krishna to everyone. Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri